Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of What Lies Ahead, a discussion about the new normal at Bay Club. I am thrilled with our group of guests today. This is a team that so many of our members have contact with, but yet probably have yet to meet. And we are bringing today the member services team, the leaders of that group, to the discussion. This is a group that is focused solely on how do we best serve our members, answering questions, and making sure that what is happening at the membership basis is always discussed with the leadership team of the Bay Club so that we can make the best decisions for our members. And so we thought, given the amount of communication that we've had with our members in the last 3 weeks, it would be really great to have this team come on and share the experience and talk about what we're doing behind the scenes and be able to give an opportunity for feedback as well. So I'm going to start with introductions today. And the first person that I'm going to have introduce themselves is Stephanie Chang.
Hello, everyone. My name is Stephanie Chang. I am the Regional Director of Member Services in the San Diego region. I've been with the company for about 15 years now. I actually started at the front desk at one of our San Francisco locations, Bay Club Financial District. Kind of grew up with the company and organization, held different operational roles in the company. And for the last 7 years, I've been with the member experience team. And it's been a growing and innovative team throughout, every step I've taken.
Steph recently moved to Southern California, and we've missed her greatly in the corporate office. So I'm really appreciating our Zoom calls and getting to see your face again. Next up, I'll have Patty Becker introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Patty Becker-Gant, and I am the Regional Member Experience Director for the South Bay Clubs. I've been with the company for a little over 22 years now. I have had the privilege of working at every South Bay property, from Redwood Shores, Santa Clara, Cupertino, Courtside, and I'm really excited to be a part of this team. I've had different roles over the course of the year, starting from kids to the front desk, valet operations manager, and most recently a Vice President General Manager, and took a different career transition into this new role, and really excited to be a part of the team and to work with the members that we care so deeply about. Thank you.
Thanks, Patty. Next, Sarah Busa, who has joined the team recently. I'd love for you to give everybody a little bit of your background.
Yeah, great. So I started at the Pleasanton location in 1997 as a lifeguard. So I started, entry level, and over the years worked in several different positions at the club, working my way up into senior management. Last year, I made the shift over to this team to support the full Bay Club membership base, and my specialty is the East Bay region. So from Pleasanton, Walnut Creek, Fremont, all the way up to Portland, Oregon. That's my specialty, but it's been great kind of, being able to engage with all of our members and, kind of rotate around the clubs and spend time at each location. But it's been a great ride. So I've really enjoyed it.
Thanks, Sarah. Really appreciate that. Next, I'll have Phil Sanchez introduce himself.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Phil Sanchez. I'm in our Southern California region, and I work hand in hand with Stephanie Chang in our San Diego office. I've been with the company since 1998, actually, and much like Patty, have been through a number of management positions, mostly on the operations and fitness side. And I'm the newbie on this team, and I transitioned back, I think it was November or December, and have been really blessed to be working with these fine ladies, and have had just such a great time getting to service our members and getting to know these ladies and servicing our members overall. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's great having you on the team. Next for introductions is Karen Jubik, also sometimes known as Chick.
Hey guys, my name's Karen Chick Jubik. It's a family nickname that came with me as I joined the Bay Club 3 years ago now. I'm a transplant from upstate New York. and had previously done a career in telecommunications with AT&T. So coming over to the Bay Club and learning about amenities has been an extreme change. I have loved being part of the customer service and development of this group, and working with this leadership team has been fantastic. So thanks.
Thank you. Last, we've got currently from our Atlanta office, Savannah Woodworth. I'll have you introduce yourself.
Thanks, Annie. Yeah, good morning, everybody. My name is Savannah Woodworth. I am currently located in Atlanta, Georgia, where I'm from. I was lucky to make it back right before the shelter-in-place took place. So very fortunate that I made it back to be with my family during this time. But I started with the Bay Club Company in 2015 when I was an intern. I went to Cornell University, and then once I graduated, fortunate enough to come back, I started actually in our member experience team, which was not what it was today, with Chick, and then moved over to our sales team down in Redwood Shores and back up to San Francisco before I moved over to this team in October. And it's been a lot of fun and a great learning experience ever since.
We're happy you came back. So I am going to hand it off to my co-host and our CEO, Matthew Stevens, as we start the conversation with our member services team.
Great. Thanks, AA. Well, thrilled to have the Power Six. I refer to these guys as the Power Six. They have made a world of difference in our company as they've come together as a group to be the leadership on the customer service side of the world. We've been working on, a significant number of initiatives to improve the communication that the members in our community have with our team. And these are, as you can tell, a collection of leaders that their careers have built from different angles, which is fantastic. It allows us to be able to they understand what's happening in the field. They understand what's happening at the club level, and they can figure out how we can build systems to basically keep improving on how we communicate with our members. So as we dive in today, one of the reasons I asked them on is that the last 3 to 4 weeks has been world changing for us as we went from operating 24 locations in 8 different campuses from San Diego to Portland, Oregon, to having all of those services temporarily suspended, and members from all parts of the marketplace up and down the West Coast have been reaching out. So first up, I'm going to start with Savannah, because she's been our scorekeeper on this side of the world. What was the volume of inquiries that we got in, and how did it compare to what we typically had on a day, week, and a month?
Sure. So we average on a typical day about 300 inquiries, be it phone calls or emails, all sorts of different ways that members communicate with us. So we average about 300 per day. I believe on our very first day after the communication went out, it was somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 tickets or inquiries that came in. So a much greater volume than we're used to. But as we'll talk about in a little bit, we were able to really tap into our whole entire team up and down the company to really get them on board and really get them trained on how to communicate with the members and how to respond to that volume.
So tell me about, what's our typical staff look like? Help the members understand how many people are on your team typically to handle those 300 so inquiries, and what did we do? What did we have to do to ramp up the staff to handle I think we tapped over 50,000 inquiries in the month of March.
Yes, we have the team of 16 associates that are with us, including the 6 of us that respond to members day in and day out. We operate Monday through Friday, partially on the weekends. We expanded that from the beginning to operating 9 to 6 every single day, 7 days a week when we first started this outreach. I believe the final number for people we added to the team was it was getting close to 100 people that were responding to tickets at the end there. So we were able to do a ton of Zoom training. So I consider myself a Zoom expert at this point for operating training. But it was great, and to expose the rest of the business to what we do day in and day out was amazing. And we're looking forward to, when this is all over, having them really be a part of our team and knowing our day in and day out what we do.
Great. Patty Becker, I refer to her as PB. PB, tell me about, first of all, the upside of this, as Savannah was saying, now that we have, over 100 people in the field trained to be basically help, how then in the long run, this is going to help us be a better company and do better service to our membership base up and down the coast.
Yeah, I really want to thank everyone in the field. We mobilized, as Savannah mentioned, over 100 plus associates in a very short period of time to help respond to the membership in terms of what their needs were and how to meet those needs and how to really communicate with the membership during this unprecedented time. And our team really hunkered down and just locked arms and had trainings, and we mobilized really quickly to meet the needs of the staff. How this will help the business on a go-forward basis is that all of our team members in the field, from general managers to operations managers, personal fitness trainers, etc., really came together to understand the member service side of the business. And they learned so much about our operations and how to process tickets and how to communicate with the members in terms of the changes that needed to happen. And so the more that we mobilized, the more informed all of our team members became. And in the end, we're able to really service all of the members that needed to be helped. So it was a great team effort.
It's great. So Phil, one of the things everybody keeps using this term ticket. What can you help the Bay Club community understand what we mean by ticket and how the concept of Bay Club Connect and how people reach out to us to get some help?
Absolutely. So, and that's a great question. So much of our communication with our members recently has been via email. And we have a great member service portal called Bay Club Connect that we launched a couple years ago that members can email directly to and ask a question about their bill, membership status, resignations, and whatever regarding their membership. And so a ticket basically is a number that's given to any type of inquiry that comes into our Bay Club Connect member service portal. So we're able to track and the full scope of that communication with that member, whether it's a voicemail or an email, from start to finish. So it really allows us to have data behind how many calls are coming in, how many emails are coming in, what's the response to an email communication that went out to our members. And it really allows us to ramp up, like we've been talking about, our field of operators who are able to better service our membership base based off of what's happening with the business.
Great. That's very helpful. And one of the things, the purpose of what lies ahead is not only where we're headed with the business, but also just in the short term. So part of today's session for everybody in the Bay Club community is to just give you a sense of what we've got behind the curtain to help out so that people feel comfortable that there's a team here ready to answer your questions, no matter what those may be. One of the things we kept hearing from members, Phil, was, I called twice, I sent 2 tickets in. And the interesting part is our system picks up on that, right? So if I cancel the volume, if you were to look at a ticket, will you see that there's been 3 or 4 communications in a 3 or 4 day period and be able to communicate that to the member?
Absolutely. And, one of the great things that we've done in the last 3 weeks is we've increased our member service team essentially from 16 to 20 to over 100. And so during that time, being able to ramp up those field operators, we've had multiple tickets come in from members, and that's to be expected, but that's because our response time was just a little delayed because we had to get so many field operators up and running. But if I were to go into a ticket of sorts, I'd be able to see any voicemail or any other duplicate ticket that would come in by that exact same member. So we were able to, I think, address as much as possible any need that member would have.
Good. I think it's a shout out to the members, as we're using this as a voice to communicate with you. We appreciate your patience. And there was we didn't see this coming. We were regular business going into the month of March. We knew there were certain things happening. but to the level of us having all 24 of our locations, the services temporarily suspended. We didn't have that on our radar screen. So it took us a little bit to get our team ramped up and into the flow of things. So I'm gonna go up to Steph. Steph, you've been around for a long time. We've worked on all of our systems and things like that. Typically, we've had a lot of email communications with customers, and talk about what it's been like to actually have phone call conversations and what your thoughts are, the percentage of people that we're talking to on the phone and what the type of dialogue is.
Yeah, so with our field, obviously, we did ramp up between our team and our MD, our membership directors, our general managers, operations, and department heads. So with our tickets that we currently received, we were making outreach calls to about 80% of those members, reaching out to them, following up with them, seeing how they're doing, and then giving them the options of, what they wanted to do going forward with their membership as of March 16th. So the conversations have been really great. Members are really, really, they're thoughtful and grateful for the call, just to follow up with them and check in with them. And, they definitely appreciated that we were part of their community and that we missed them and we're here for them when they want to come back to the club.
It's great.
Yeah,
it's been fascinating. I mean, as weird of a situation and unusual of a situation this is, the ability for our team to have lengthy conversations. I mean, our team is saying that some of the phone calls are lasting 15 to 20 minutes to be able to chat with our members. And, life just has not allowed that over the last 10, 15 years. It's a different world. And I think everybody's experiencing it. We're appreciating the Bay Club community patience while we try to figure out how to get our lights on and move in that direction from that. All right, Sarah, you want to talk to me about we're sending out, we've been quiet regarding, we stopped sending any type of communication or statements to the members on the 15th of March. We had to sort of let everybody contact us and tell us what they wanted to do. We gave members 3 options. They could pay their regular dues as we try to continue to run the business and have it ready to have the lights go on when it does happen. They could go down to 50% dues, or they could go down to 0 dues. And we totally understand anybody's decision in all 3 of those categories. As of Monday, we basically started to send out updated statements with all of the different communications that we have with members, applying the credits to their statements and sort of getting back to a regular communication from that perspective. And so, help us understand that if I get a statement at my house and something's not correct, what do I do? Or, who do I reach out to? How do I reach out?
Yeah. So, we've been keeping a really close eye on what's going on and watching things change every day. And so we wanted to take this time to make these adjustments to the accounts and give the members the choice to reach out to us and decide what's right for them at this time with their family. And we closed our clubs on March 16th. And at that point, we wanted to send the communication that you have the opportunity to pay 50% of your dues, full dues, or 0 dues, depending on what's right for you and your family. So, we wanted to take the last few weeks to kind of get that communication out to all of the members so we can make the adjustments to their accounts. So that's really what we've been focused on the last 3 weeks is having these conversations with the members, figuring out what's best and making the adjustments. We put a lot of energy behind it with our full team out in the field, and now we feel like we're in a good place to get this round of statements out that have been adjusted. So that came out on Monday, and now going forward, if your statement doesn't reflect the best choice for you and your family, now's the opportunity for you to kind of reach out to us again, contact us, and we can make the appropriate adjustments. So reaching out through Bay Club Connect, and it'll come into our team of 100 plus at this point, and that's when we can adjust your account accordingly.
All good. And so, Mrs. Jubick, chatting with you about, as you know, we've tried, our strategy on this was, look, we're going to focus on 3 things. We're going to focus on making sure we have a strategy in communicating with our members and letting them know what their choices are, given this wholly unprecedented situation. Number 2 is like every other major company out there in the marketplace, we had an option to decide what we were going to do with our employee base. And our strategy was, we believe that we're part of the essential services and that the time we will be down will be limited. So we basically decided to keep our operation running, keep as many employees as we possibly can on our payroll, and be ready to go as soon as we were allowed to turn our lights back on to be an essential service to our customer base and our community. We're extremely focused on having our outdoor recreational services available as soon as possible, given the big acreage and facilities that we have, and our big athletic clubs, but complying with all of the safety protocols that are going to be asked of us, not unlike what the grocery industry has been asked to do from that perspective. So as we think about that, when we've tossed it out to the membership base, as you guys are communicating with the members, what's the thoughts as far as wanting members asking how quickly can we get open, when they want to see the lights on? What are you guys hearing on the phone from the bulk of the conversations that you're hearing out there in the field?
The members have communicated with us on how are we going to open up? What is our new normal going to be? And like we've gotten from the executive team is that we're trying to be very transparent and that we are trying to pivot as we move along so that we're able to give them the social distancing. We're able to give them the safety within our clubs, and that we're going to try to reopen the clubs with all intentions of best practices, outdoor space, getting them to work as their families together. And the feedback has been sensational, that people are excited to get back to the clubs as soon as possible. But they also are, excited that we're, looking into giving them guidance of how we're going to open it up, and that the lights just aren't going to go back on immediately to everything.
Good. So, one of the things when we talk about how we're trying to talk about what lies ahead, we also want our members to really get a sense of who are the people in the company, how did they end up part of Bay Club, what's the heart and soul of Bay Club. And, as we talked about the different individuals and groups that we want to introduce you to, this Power Six, this customer service team, is an integral part of our organization. And I thought, Annie and I have been discussing the different groups that we're going to introduce the community to, and got out of bed this morning with an extra pop in my step, knowing that we were going to be able to have the Power Six on what lies ahead today. So, I talk with you guys a lot. I'm going to turn it back to AA, but I hope you guys know from the bottom of my heart, I'm unbelievably proud of what you guys have done and how you're conducting yourselves and the group that you've led through this process, because I don't think any of us could have imagined what we're going through. And, we are unbelievably appreciative, and I know the membership base is as well, because of the great conversations you're having. So thank you guys. AA?
Yeah, I get to do what we're thankful for and who are we supporting part of our podcast. And, today it's really an honor to be able to say that I'm thankful for the team on the screen. And I want to make it emotional. So this team has worked a month straight. They have not taken a day off. It's probably been more than a month, but I know it's been a month. This team gets up every day and gets on the phone with me at 7 o'clock in the morning. They take a 9 o'clock conference call, and they get back on the phone at 5 o'clock at night and recap the day. They are making sure that we are operating as a business, that we understand what we need to do, the changes that need to be made. They're absolutely advocating for our members. And without them, we would not be in the position that we're in today, which is, continuing to build out the programming, being able to focus on how do we get the clubs open. And I couldn't ask for a better group of leaders to work with. They ask all the questions, lots of questions, but you know what? That's what they need to do, because it makes us think and make sure that the decisions we're making are the right ones. And I'm incredibly appreciative that you make me a better, part of the business, because you make sure that it's not just a single focus. And so I just want all of you to know, and I want our membership base to know as well, that you are what I'm thankful for today. My shout out is to a company called Farm Fresh to You. It is a collaborative of small farms in Northern California that is doing weekly fresh produce deliveries, and they have expanded their services to include some small mom and pop places where you can get jams and pastas and dairy, and they're really working hard to keep some of those people that are usually providing to the restaurant industry in business and working. And so I've been enjoying getting a weekly box for the past couple of weeks, sometimes new vegetables that we haven't tried in this house, but that has been, kind of our treat here as we look for ways to continue to do our job to help support the business, but stay home at the same time. So with that, I'll hand it to Steph for your thankful and who you're supporting right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Annie. And well, first off, definitely thankful for the team that I work with and the Bay Club company. I mean, the last 15 years, this is my career, and definitely love what I do and who I work with as well. I also want to be thankful for the current friendships and family that I have. So sooner or later, I'll be able to see a lot of them. And then obviously to our first-line emergency responders, care workers, and all those folks that are doing essential duties out on the day-to-day basis. It's really great for them to be out there supporting everybody. As far as the shout out to, I just moved here in October in San Diego, so I can't really say I'm a local yet, but I'm working on it. Wanted to give a shout out to Pizza Port Brewery. It's a small business down in Solana Beach. Me, my husband, my son, my dog, we were able to go out there and enjoy beers and pizzas on on a weekend basis. We would have had out there with family. And, they're still able to do like grab and go. So we're able to still pick up our 6-pack of beers and some pizzas and bring it home to the family. So we enjoy that still right now. So they're great. Thanks,
That
Annie.
Awesome. Absolutely. Patty Becker, I'll hand it to you.
Thank you. So I'm thankful for a lot of things. Obviously, first and foremost, I'm really thankful for my family for, just being able to allow me the opportunity to work. My husband's doing con on the homeschooling for our 2 girls. My son is getting ready to go off to college, and he's been helping out a lot with the girls and their schooling as well. And so I'm very thankful for them while they support me while we focus on our priority, which is our membership. The second thing that I'm thankful for is this team of wonderful people that I work with on a day-to-day basis. They're my second family. They know a lot about me personally and what's going on with my family, and they're there to support me, and especially during this time that's hard for all of us. This team has just been amazing, and we all are focused together to really just support our members, which is the third thing I'm most thankful for. Without our membership, we wouldn't be here, and we miss you, and we can't wait to get back to business. And then my fourth thing is Pepsi. I have to have one of these every day, and if I don't, then I lose my brain. So those are the things that I'm thankful for. And my shout out to a local business is, I live in Campbell, which is right near Courtside, near Los Gatos, and there is a local business that is very special to us. It's called Sushi Confidential, and it's a date night place that my husband and I would walk down to downtown. Obviously downtown is vacant for the most part right now because of the shelter in place, and there's lots of local restaurants and boutiques and things down there that are just struggling right now. And Sushi Confidential is a special restaurant that do a wonderful job with takeout, that they do their to-go orders from the patio and in a safe and social distancing practice. And they are just working so hard to make sure that all of their dedicated customers have delicious sushi and beer and sake to go. So shout out to Sushi Confidential.
I love that. I need to find one of those near me. We don't have any good sushi availability right now. Sarah, I'm going to hand it off to you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm definitely thankful for this team, obviously, and then just the leadership on this team. The complete transparency and the communication, and like Annie said, we're kind of connected all day, every day, and just knowing what's coming gives us the ability to pivot quickly when needed. So I am very, very thankful for just the opportunity to ask a lot of questions and the transparency that's been very helpful in this new normal. Most importantly, I'm thankful for my healthy family, and working from home has been a shift. I have two little ones, almost 2-year-old and almost 4-year-old. So juggling all of that chaos and trying to stay focused has been a struggle. So I'm definitely thankful for the healthy family and my parents who've been able to support and help with my children, and my husband who kind of pick up the slack when I'm busy. So that's been great. And also our neighborhood, the community of Pleasanton has been really, really united, and just walking on the streets when you can get some fresh air, just the friendly, wave from across the street, and certain care packages dropped off at the front door. I had a neighbor down the road drop off a bottle of wine and, some gloves and a face mask, all essentials that we need. So just kind of staying locked as a community has been really, really special during these challenging times. As far as the businesses, I want to just give a shout out to all the restaurants that are just trying their hardest to, do their online orders or takeout and stay in business. And, I walk downtown Pleasanton often. We visit the Wild One restaurant. It's a Mexican restaurant. It's probably our favorite at the moment. But, every time you walk by a door and there's a team of people inside handing out their menus, I pick up the menu, and I want to continue to support all of the local restaurants as they are fighting just like, we are, and staying connected to their customer through this challenging time. So I think we're all going to lock arms and keep taking steps together as a company, as a community, as a network. So it's all been challenging, but it's only going to make us all stronger. So it's all been a great experience, and I'm looking forward to the normal, getting back to whatever that new normal is going to be. But thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Phil, why don't we have you share with us?
Wow, there's a lot of thankfulness going along there, which is great. First and foremost, thank you to, it's like having 5 sisters, basically. I have 2 sisters already, so I have like 5 others, and it's great to work with them. So, and we're on text all the time, whether it's 5 in the morning or 10 o'clock at night, but it's been great. So thank you guys. It's been great to really see the behind the scenes now that I'm in this new position, being the newbie on the team, everything that goes on behind the scenes. What a blessing for that, just to witness that and see what's going on, and for us to be really kind of leading the charge in our industry to get our doors open and to service our members, and just kind of that whole experience has been really, really wonderful. So thank you guys for that. And my family, of course, it's juggling, much like anyone that has kids. We have a 9-year-old and a 13-year-old next Monday, actually. So that's going to be a different birthday for us. But it's it's been challenging between Zoom calls, my Zoom calls and their Zoom calls, and getting homework done and all that. Sarah's laughing, so I say we're on the same page there. But and then my shout out actually is not to business; it's to a member, Gina Mahmood. She's been texting me every few days, and I miss your classes, and I'll get there. I have an online class coming soon, Gina. So hold tight, and just giving me updates on all the online content that we have out there, which she loves. So it's just been great to just stay connected with a few members. So she's been one that's kind of been on my radar. So thank you, Gina.
That's awesome. You're going to have to do a Zoom birthday for the 13th, for the almost 13th. I did it for my brother last night. He turned 40 yesterday. So we did
awesome.
For his 40th. Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Chick, I'll hand it to you.
Thanks. I'm thankful for this team. Again, it's been a great, my second career, but to work with these guys have been just phenomenal. And it's just a wonderful group of people that we've gotten to know each other so well. So I am thankful for that. I'm also thankful for, the store and restaurant workers. I'm like, to be able to go out and get essentials during this shelter in place has been really reassuring and kind of almost a normal getting through this, that you can still pick up items. So I'm thankful for that. My shout out, my daughter has gotten us onto DoorDash, and we weren't known to the app before the shelter in place, but DoorDash is our new friend. But that's not my shout out. We learned how to find brownie sundaes from the Bake Bear, and incredible. I'm like, keeps my sweet tooth, keeps my sanity in place. So my shout out is to the Bake Bear.
That sounds delicious. I'm gonna have to see if they would like to deliver to Walnut Creek. Savannah, I will have you take us home.
Yeah, Chick's making me jealous of not being in San Francisco. The Big Bear is my neighbor, so definitely shout out to them. But I am very thankful for my family, that everybody's healthy and safe, for all my friends. I have a lot of friends who are nurses, so thankful to them for being on the front lines right now. And of course, all of our grocery store workers, anyone that's kind of putting themselves in a position to make everybody else's life easier. So thank you so much to all of y'all. And obviously my team. I talk to you right now. I'm talking to you more than I talk to any other person on the planet right now. So thank you guys so much for being so supportive, and always a good for a joke and good for a laugh. So thank you guys so much. My shout out, a couple different ones, but my main one is to support your local businesses. Go to the restaurant around the corner. I'm fortunate enough to live in San Francisco, very close to our San Francisco Bay Club. Piazza Pellegrini is owned by a member, so definitely if you're in the area, go see them. They're a great business, but yeah, just keep supporting your local businesses. We'll all make it through it. So thanks so much.
Thank you. We can't wait to have you back. Boss, I'll hand it to you.
Sure, you got to leave me following up on Savannah's y'all from Georgia. Well, first, thanks for everybody. Thanks to the Power 6 for tuning in with us today. Thanks to the Bay Club community as we continue to introduce things to you about not only what are we doing short term, but what are we doing long term. I think we keep consistent with our message. We're focused on member communication and helping people through this process. We're focused on talking with our associates and keeping our team together as much as we possibly can. And we're focused on getting our lights back on to be an essential service for you so that we can start to get pieces of the puzzle going and help you with both mental health and physical activity and be part of the solution to when it's safe and approved by the various governmental agencies. My shout out today, I keep working on sort of different people that have made a difference for us, or groups that I think people need to keep in their mind. Today, my shout out is going to go to a woman named Keisha Steelman. Keisha is on our board of directors. She is the chief operating officer of Ulta Beauty. When this all went down, we're a relatively small shop. I know there's a rumor out there that we have like 1,000 corporate employees and this immense corporate office structure, and that's a very untrue statement. There's less than 100 people behind the curtain that run the Bay Club company to take care of 6,000 employees and 140,000 members, and most of our payroll dollars are out in the field to help service the members. So we do not have an enormous infrastructure, or I think our entire square footage of our corporate office is about 6,000 square feet. So when this all went down, we had to lean on a number of people, and Keisha is on our board of directors, and she has been an immense savior. She has helped me think about how to do this and communicate with our customer and member base, how to talk to our associates. She has 1,276 Ulta Beauty stores all over the world that she has a hand in running. She has over 45,000 employees, and so she has been a true savior for us as we've talked about how to do this the correct way and how to think through this unbelievable. So my thankfulness is to Keisha Steelman, and my shout out is to Ulta Beauty. So, those guys have had 1,276 stores closed right now. They're going to start to open up, hopefully, in this essential phase 2. They've got an online business. know that she's really helped this Bay Club community, both our employees and our members, to help us figure out communication. So that's my shout out. I know I'm going to get a lot of grief from these guys going, how can you shout out Ulta Beauty? Because I have, but I got a lot of love for Keisha, so I'm shouting out Ulta Beauty. AA, back to you.
I like it. Well, as always, we look forward to the conversation continuing on what lies ahead. If you have questions, feedback, or suggestions, please do feel free to send us an email at thenewnormal@bayclubs.com. And we will start, having more of a answering the questions in the coming episodes as members have started having dialogue with us, which is really exciting. I get excited every time I get an email. So we appreciate that, and we look forward to our next conversation on what lies ahead. Thank you, and goodbye.